Imagine inventing language, not fire, not the wheel, language, one of the greatest achievements in human history. For hundreds of thousands of years, humans pointed at things, made weird noises, and somehow understood each other. Then one day, someone finally figured out words. A revolutionary moment, a giant leap for mankind, a turning point that would change civilization forever. And what do you think humans did with this incredible new invention? They probably used it to insult each other, because of course they did. Now, nobody actually knows what the first insult was. There were no history books, no recordings, no Twitter, which honestly is probably for the best. But let's imagine what happened. Meet Bob. Bob is an ancient human. Bob spends all day making a spear. 8 hours, no breaks, no snacks, no YouTube tutorials, just hard work. Finally, he finishes. He stands up proudly. This is the greatest spear ever made. Then Ugg walks over, looks at it for 2 seconds, and says, "Looks dumb. Humanity has officially entered a new era, the era of roasting." Now, this might sound silly, but insults are actually surprisingly useful. Scientists think early humans lived in small groups where reputation mattered a lot. If you were lazy, people noticed. If you were selfish, people noticed. And if you claimed you could fight a mammoth and then immediately ran away, people definitely noticed. Imagine Bob bragging all morning. "Guys, trust me. If a mammoth attacks, I've got this." A mammoth appears, Bob screams, climbs a tree, and refuses to come down for 3 days. The jokes would write themselves. Ancient humans probably made fun of each other all the time. Not because they were mean, but because humor helps people bond. Even today, most friend groups communicate through insults. In fact, if your best friend is nice to you all the time, that's suspicious. But ancient insults were probably very different from modern ones. Nobody cared about your followers. Nobody cared about your car. Nobody even had a hairstyle. Everyone basically looked like they lost a fight with a bush. So what could they insult? Simple. Skills. Imagine hearing, "Bob can't start a fire." That's devastating. Back then, fire wasn't just useful. It was everything. Food, warmth, survival. Being bad at making fire was like forgetting your passwords to life. Or imagine this one. Got chased by a rabbit. Now that's embarrassing, because rabbits are not exactly known for being intimidating. Imagine explaining that to the tribe. So what happened? Well, it was a very aggressive rabbit. Nobody is believing that. And let's talk about the first argument, because the first insult probably didn't end there. Think about it. Human beings have been arguing for thousands of years. Politics, sports, movies, pineapple on pizza. And it all had to start somewhere. Imagine Bob accidentally stepping on Ugg's foot. Ugg gets angry. Bob gets angry. Suddenly, they're yelling at each other using the 12 words humanity has invented so far. The world's first comment section. Now, here's something funny. Humans have changed a lot over time. We've built cities. We've gone to space. We've invented artificial intelligence. We carry tiny supercomputers in our pockets. But the moment you open the internet, it becomes very clear that ancient humans never really left. Deep down, we're still the same people. The technology changed. The insults got more creative. But the basic idea stayed exactly the same. Someone says something, someone disagrees. And 5 minutes later, they're arguing over something completely ridiculous. It's a tradition older than civilization itself. And honestly, that's kind of impressive. Because while nobody knows what the first insult was, we know it happened. At some point in history, one human looked at another human and thought, "I need to tell this guy he's being an idiot." And thousands of years later, we're still doing exactly that. Maybe that's the real lesson. Language gave us poetry, stories, science, philosophy, and the ability to tell someone their spear looks stupid. Some inventions really do stand the test of time. Subscribe to Qorvix for more weird questions, strange history, and stories hidden in the past, because every story has a secret.